Y'all already know what it is. Self Care Sunday. Self Care Sunday. It's not top of the AM, it's top of the afternoon, but your girl is here. I had to get my personal juices flowing and tap into myself before I decided to come in and connect with you guys. So, happy Sunday, good afternoon. I'm your girl, Finance Muslima. I am a licensed life insurance agent in the states of Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Connecticut, I said Pennsylvania. I'm a life insurance agent. I'm your financial coach. I'm an author. I'm a speaker. I'm all things mindset and money. And it's Sunday, and I highly, and pushing with you guys this self care Sunday journey that we on. Good morning to everybody on Facebook, IG, and YouTube. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm always pushing this self care Sunday thing. So before I came to tap in with you guys, I had to do my own personal due diligence on my self care. So what I've done for today, my 50 squats, my 50 sit ups, that's kind of like a routine thing for me. I slacked on it for 2 days, so it was a challenge for me today. But I pushed through and I fell out on the yoga mat, but I pushed through. So you guys know I like to be real, right? So y'all know I love coffee. I don't have coffee today. I heated me up some. I also tea. I tend to go back and forth. Lately, I've been pretty steady. I got my weight and my body down to a place where I'm loving it. I'm just focusing on balancing it, maintaining it. Good morning. And also tightening up. I need to tighten up. Like I feel like I need to lift some weights or something to tighten up, right? So I'm before I jump in this morning, I want to do a mental health check-in. I want to do some check-ins. So you guys that's on IG and Facebook, drop a comment and let me know how are you doing today? How are you doing today? Keep it positive. Um, don't worry about what's not going on, but drop a comment and let me know how you're doing today. This is a mental health check-in. Whether you're okay, I'm good, I'm relaxed, I'm excited, I'm not so well, but I'm okay. That's the number one thing. Even if you're not 100%, it doesn't matter because we're blessed to be here. So just say you're good. I'm making it do, sis. You know, I'm pushing. Everything's well. Keep it positive. Doing fantastic. That's great. I love to hear that. You're doing fantastic. Great. That's a great way to put it to start your day. So I did my 50 squats, 50 sit-ups. I kind of like finished meal prep for the week, not actually preparing the meals, but preparing a list of things that I want to cook and prep for the week. Of course, I have to go to the store first and get the rest of the things I need to do my meal prep. I've set my personal development goals for the week. I'm going to one of my personal development goals at the top is doing better with communication with my family and friends, tapping in more, reaching out more, asking how everybody's doing, and staying connected. I suck at that sometimes, and I honestly can say that. So that's at the top of my personal, what I made commitment to myself far as my financial goals, my personal financial goals, I'm actually working on. People may think that this is crazy, but I'm still, even though we're in COVID and people are losing actual brick and mortars or they're not actually making enough income to keep them afloat, I am still on this wave of getting faith, family, and finance. A brick and mortar, and I want it to be one stop shop for financial services in Charlotte, North Carolina. So even with all the economical things going on, I feel like the brick and mortar for the financial services is a thing that we need in the community because people need this most right now more than ever. And I don't feel like it would not stay afloat or not do what it's supposed to do. Good morning, wasted experience. Good morning. And the reason I feel that way because um brick and mortars are, just barely balancing out, if not profiting any money due to COVID and different situations. But guys, that's not everybody's situation. And the financial services, financial literacy is what we need in the community now more than ever. That go-to place for people to get resources, to get the accountability, to get the tools and things that they need to help them out. So I feel like even with me having this strong goal of I want to get this brick and mortar in Charlotte, I feel like it's not nothing that's like, it's not a clothing store. It's not a bakery or something like that. I feel like it would do very well in where the economy is at right now because people need it. People need the financial services. So the finance industry is something that's going to make it through all of these economic shifts. And I totally believe that. Um, I'm blessed and humble enough to say that I'm very grateful that being in financial services and being in this industry that is has helped me. Like I've really been doing well during COVID and just having to tap in social media, which social media is always a platform, guys, where I've been utilized for free and to be able to expand my brand, right, and my business. But so don't shy away from, the brick and mortar or having an actual facility or a location, even with COVID, because people are making money with brick and mortar still during COVID. It just depends on what services you're providing in the community. And I totally believe that is the financial services, that industry is needed. Us as Black people, we definitely need it more than ever because we need to go to because we're still having fun, we're wearing masks, doing a lot of things we probably shouldn't be doing. So why you can't make a mask wear a mask to come to a financial appointment and get your free consultation to get the proper help that you need for whatever it is you're trying to do. That's when it comes back down to prioritizing and understanding and making time for and grasping to what's important. So I'm not going to shy away from the financial services brick and mortar in Charlotte, North Carolina first, my first place. Now that I got that out, I am want to say thank you as well to all you guys that's been purchasing your mindset and money game planners. They have been a huge deal. I'm very thankful and humbled by all of the great reviews and positive feedbacks from them. People purchase them and people that are actually using them. I've been heard that the customization and the layout and the way it's strategized has really been helping people. So thank you for that. You started your cheat sheet last week. That is amazing. That's good. So the cheat sheet, I think that Miss Wasted Experience is talking about is the one. I think she's talking about the one with the 60 ways to cut back. I think she's talking about. So yeah, I created some really great things. Yes, and she says she's waiting on her financial planner. Yes, orders are going out. They're going out. Thank you, sis, so much for supporting. I appreciate you, honey, and I hope that I know you're going to love it and you're going to accomplish some really great things with it as long as you stay connected. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. So today, I told you guys Black History Month. I'm doing um I'm doing 30 minutes free discovery calls. So if you haven't had the link, you can click the link in my bio. It's the first one to get you a free 30-minute discovery call. Yes. I'm gonna helping you guys, right? Much as I can. Some people don't can't afford to pay for different things. And then for this month, Black History Month, I have the financial planning full package for 149. It's cut in half. It's $149. If you want to know the list of 10 plus things that it entails, you can click the link in the bio and go to financial planning. It includes one-on-one coaching and a lot of other things. You can check it out. And today I'm starting 12 days of financial planning. So what I'm going to do in this 12 days live streaming every day. Some of them are going to be in the evening and some going to be in the morning, depending on what my schedule is. But I'm doing 12 days of financial planning. And it's not too late. A lot of people are like, yeah, it's February. I'm talking about and discussing things and helping you guys with the financial planning that you probably should have done in December. But with income tax time coming, they're talking about giving out more stimulus and all of these things. I want to help you guys get on the right track so that when your money's come through and as life is happening, you can be able to hit your target. And in order to hit your target, whatever your personal target is, you have to have strategy to do so. So I'm doing, starting today is day one of 12 days of financial planning. Sis says she's here for it all. Yes, thank you. I'm going to be giving you guys some great things. So, in order to hit your target, you have to have strategy. I always tell you guys this, and we always talk about it. You have to have strategy, and it's a so with financial planning, you have a personal development side of it and you have the financial side of it. So it's two sides, and I always talk about personal development and financial development as well. There are two things that go hand in hand. So the first day today of 12 days of financial planning, I'm going to talk about dreams and goals. The reason that dreams and goals are so very important because we need to get back to a place where we first can believe what it is that this target that we're trying to hit. We have to first and foremost believe. So if you have a pen and a book, and your tea, I'm going to give you guys some good stuff. So the reason that Mindset and Money Gang is so dearly to me, and I created that alongside Faith, Family, and Finance LLC, is because along with all these strategies and all these goals we're trying to hit, right? And we're trying to hit this $1 million rank, it includes mindset. It definitely includes mindset. It's the first thing. So if mindset goals is a part of your personal development, that's how it's supposed to be. And then whatever your financial goals, part of your financial concept. Dreams or goals are very important. And this is the thing, right? In the financial planning, I go over dreams and goals with my clients or potential clients because this is the thing. I need to encourage you and push you to dream big again. We have gotten so comfortable with the daily life that we live and the way that we've been able to keep things afloat that we don't tend to necessarily push ourselves as much as we can to get to the next level. And some people may not want to, which is fine, but a lot of people do want to hit that next level or see what more they can do and challenge themselves, but they just don't know, okay, what should I do first? They don't really know in what order they should go. So all goals require mindset and money. All goals. I don't care if you want to start a nonprofit. I don't care if you want to add another product to the business you already have. Even if you want to be able to afford taking your children on more vacations throughout the year. Even if you want to increase skill set to do some part-time things from home to make money. All of these things require mindset first. Because if you don't have the ability mentally to tell yourself, hey, I really can do this, or tell yourself, okay, let me sit down and really figure out what it's going to take me to get this done. It's first going to take you to believe that you really can. You have to believe that you really can, even if the goal is far fetched. My goal that I'm working on now is far fetched, but can it be done? Yes, it can be done. And I'm not going to stop until I hit the goal. And it may not be good morning if you're just jumping on. It may not be 2021. It may not be 2022. It may be 2023. Whatever the case may be, God willing for me to be here, I'm going to keep pushing towards that goal. Because guess what? The more you push, the more you get done. The more disciplined you are, the more results you're going to see. The more sacrifice you put in, the more results you want to see. The more the stronger and the why hits you, the more you're going to push yourself to see more results because it's really important to you. So it depends on, you know, the mindset first. You have to have the mindset first because you can't be like, Lucretia, I want to get, I want to purchase a $500,000 house, and you're totally comfortable mentally and physically, in the $200,000 house that you live in. So it's fine to say like, yes, I have this $200,000 house. I've worked very hard to get this. This is where I'm at. I love this. I was able to create this for my family and I. But you know what? I want to get something else now. Now that I know I've accomplished this 200,000, I know I can go through this half a mil because you know how to do it because you've done it already. It's just a little bit more pushing, and the only difference is your numbers. So whatever numbers you took and whatever sacrifice you took and savings to hit the $200,000 house, you do the same thing to hit the $500,000 house that you want, but your numbers are going to differ. Your numbers are going to be higher. So that means you got to push yourself more and you have to do more, but you're doing the exact same process you did to get to the 200,000. So keep that in mind of an easy way of saying this goal is tangible, right? It's not really far fetched as I think it is. Like, yo, I really can do this. That's the first thing you start with. And I must tell you guys that I don't really talk a lot about Faith Family and Finance LLC. Or I don't know if a lot of you guys know that I'm located in Charlotte in the northern area, 432 East 36th Street in Charlotte. But this is the thing. I'm going to tell you guys briefly what Faith Family and Finance stands for. We stand for a slew of things, right? So when I hit rock bottom in 2015, then I got in finance in 2017. My goal was to once I got my life together and then started to learn a slew of things, right? And I was like, I'm bold enough. I have enough strength and I've been through so much in life that I'm willing to do what it takes to put myself on the forefront every day to be able to bring other people this experience, right? Other people should experience, you know, not feeling like they can't differ or better in life because they're so afraid of judgment, what other people is going to say, or I don't want to talk to a financial coach or a financial professional, like, why I want to tell these people my business, da 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 da, just being so negative. So I said, I'm a black girl from the hood. I want to be realistic. I want to be transparent. I want to be open enough with my story and my journey so that people can connect with me in a positive way and provide, not just women, because if it became men, it was first initially for women to to have them not even say to them like, hey sis, um, you see me, you may know my story of what I've been through, but I've come from this and you can do this too. But instead of us always telling people our story and sharing our story, why not just start Faith Family Finance LLC and let the people know this is all things that I believe in and that, yes, Black people can differ. You can choose and decide to not play victim in your life. You can choose and decide it is a comfortable space where you can come to and be amongst other women and like minds that's on the same journey as you. Come into a safe, non-judgmental place because that's the number one thing we have in our mind while we can't grasp around new education because we're so concerned on what another person is thinking. So I said to myself, I'm not the only black girl from the hood that's going through this, right? And that wasn't taught about a lot of finances at a certain age. So I said, well, if I just do it, just get out there and just start to connect myself and just start to do it, people will see. And then it's crazy because I really built an audience, built a support system, and built this thing up with you're welcome. With not really so much of telling my story, but it was just like, wow, she's a young black girl. She's in life insurance. What is she about life insurance? Like, wow, she's a young black girl, and she really knows this stuff about money, or she's really lives what she talks, and not really promoting all of the fancy materialistic things, but just being that place of realness that we need to get back to and a connection. So Faith Family and Finance LLC stands for all of these things. Faith, Family, and Finance believe that you shouldn't just have to give up and continuously be comfortable with where you are, but you can actually live a real life. You have the power to recreate your own life. I always say this. You have the power to recreate your own life. If you're not a person that's in affirmations and you haven't said affirmations today, I want you to say that right now to yourself. I have the power to recreate my own life. I have the power to recreate my own life. Say that to yourself 5 times. It is a must. You have to pour into yourself and actually believe before you can even let me or anybody else for that matter allow to help you. You have to believe in you that you can do it before you can believe in another person coming to help you with their services and whatever that may be. And we believe in teaching practical steps to help you achieve all goals with a proper financial concept. It has to be a financial concept because you can't be all over the place, right? You need information, you need tools, and you need to be able to know, Lucretia, what choices do I have in order to, I don't know, that $500,000 house we talking about? Based on where I'm right in right now, Lucretia, what choices do I have and what way can I make this thing happen? That's what Faith, Family, and Finance is about, teaching and showing those things, not just talking about, oh, well, you can do da 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 da, but actually sitting in a one on one in a professional environment or on a webinar or on a phone call and letting you know, based upon what you told me, I believe you should do X, Y, and Z. If you do that and you're serious and you take the action, you will be able to accomplish your goal. The second piece to the dreams and goals, the second piece to it is creating short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. All of your goals. So in the mindset and money game planner, you can break it down to where what goals you want to attack now, what goals you want to attack next year or 2 years from now, and what goal you feel like is longevity 5 years from now that you just want to see it through. All of our goals are not going to be everything I want to do next week. A lot of our goals, they should be broken down in a proper order. Success loves speed. That's definitely a fact. But the fact of the matter of to be realistic, it's things that we can jump on right now. So, for instance, a midterm goal, something that you want to do 2, 3 years from now. My teenage son, he wants to start a food truck. That's the midterm goal. Okay, he'll be 19 in 2 years. He wants to start a food truck and run a food truck. Okay, boom, that's a midterm goal. What is it that you should be putting in your financial planner right now to hit that goal in 2 years, which is a midterm? Well, he's of age where you should be teaching him how money works. You should be teaching him places to save and get interest and money growth on his money. You should be teaching him about retirement and investing. What is he going to do with this money working on his food truck? Even before that, what you should be working on right now for a goal that you want to tackle 2 years later. It don't take that long, but if you mentally telling yourself that's when we want to do it when he's of this age, right? So you say, okay, let's get all of the paperwork and the legal stuff done right now while we got cash flow coming in. Let's get the LLC, let's get the EIN. Let's sit down and create a name for this food truck. What do we want to call it? Good morning, good morning. What is our mission behind this food truck? So even if the goal is midterm or long term, it's still so many things that you could be working on now to lead up into then. So that 2 years from now, when you actually get the money and you use, 2 years from now, when you've built up enough cash flow from your online boutique or from your last shop, you've built up enough cash flow of other people's money, OPM, leveraging other people's money. You stacked it up and you say, okay, now we're going to use this money to get this food truck. We're not going to take out more debt and get it because we've been grinding and we're leveraging other people's money to buy what it is we need, that one thing, which is the food truck, to create us more passive income for the family. So you have to think of it in a way, as leverage. And again, that's a whole strategy I just gave you. This money thing is this finance thing is strategy. That's a whole strategy I just taught you. Literally. If you missed it, you probably have to go back to the replay. But if you're tuning in, I literally just gave you a whole strategy game plan if you want to start a food truck in 2 years. And it's just an example of how you go with the flow and your timeline. So to start off with, the first one is short term. I'm going to give you guys some example of some short term goals and how we play those out. So a short term goal, when you do your financial plan with us, a short term goal is considered to be 1 to 3 years. A short term goal is 1 to 3 years. So if you have your pen and your book, good morning, good morning. If you have your pen and your book, um, write down, or if you in your notes in your phone, what is a short term goal of yours? What is something that you want to accomplish 1 to 3 years from now? What is something you want to accomplish? So, examples of a short term goal may be paying off some debt. You have any debt you want to pay off? Credit card bills from the holiday, credit card bills from just Corona and COVID hitting, but you knew you had credit cards and leverage to spend to get what you needed when you didn't have the money. So, paying off debt can be a short term. A short term can be um, increasing your credit score. That's something that it don't even take a year to do. It's months to do. If you know the proper strategy, you can do that really quickly. Saving money, saving money for or having that alternate income in case of death or disability happen. That should always be everybody's short term goal. You should always every month paying yourself in some form of fashion. You should be putting towards putting money in a place towards death or disability. If it occurs tomorrow, if the person that you depend on for your income, some people, for some of us, it may be solely us. I'm totally in charge of my lifestyle, how I live, and how I get things done. If something happened to me and I can't generate any more income, what do you have on the back end, or what are you investing in? What product or service that you have in place, whether it be with your job or an insurance company, that you can say, I can go to this place and get this money. So having those funds, building up those funds in case for death or disability, it might not be nobody transitioning. It may be the simple fact that, guys, listen, I go on Facebook and I see people 30 years old, they late 20s, they waking up, they have strokes in their sleep. They're waking up getting diagnosed with diabetes. They have cancer. They're on insulin now. All of these things. Like, you could just wake up and stuff can happen. You could get in a car accident. She says I'm preaching. You can get in a car accident, right? You guys don't like to talk about the real, but it's the reality. It can happen. You can't think that you're untouchable. God does what he wants, when he wants, how he wants, to who he wants, right? So these things can happen. So not saying that having those monies in the back on the back end, and setting your accounts in the proper way and making sure that, not saying that the money is going to take away from the fact that you lost a leg and you in a wheelchair, but guess what? You have people that are dependent upon you. You have people, you have kids that you got to feed. You have bills you need to still be able to upkeep your lifestyle and have a roof over your head. So if you're not able to do these things and life just start to happen, you're going to let what happened be in control of the fact that I can't feed my kids. I gotta wait a year or 2 years for a disability check that's barely going to be enough to get us through. So what are you doing being solely in control of you? It's very important, guys. You got to talk about it and you got to do it. So all of those things are part of the short term. And it's not like, bust your butt and put all this money in these different places and, oh, only got a year to do this. No, it's just setting the goal. You should have various different accounts, various different products and services that is doing various different jobs for you. Everything you want your financial life to do, you have to break it up and set in stones. You have to have a proper savings account that's tangible in the bank. You have to have another savings account, maybe online, where it's growing interest, but that's not money that I really need, or I don't need to touch that. I just want that to stack and build and grow, right? Then you may have a longevity goal. You know, you're building wealth through life insurance. That's a longevity thing, right? You may have real estate going on. That's a longevity thing as well. That's not a quick turnover. So your money must be in various different places. You have to give the money a job. So self care Sundays today are part of setting the goal. What are you writing down in your book? What job is you giving your money? We are shying away from, and I want to constantly tell you guys, we're no longer being a slave to the money. We're making the money be a slave to us. You cannot do that if you're not giving the dollar, the coin, the penny, the nickel, the dollar a job. You have to use your money as a tool and give it a job, or else it'll be all over the place and out the door. So let's talk about midterm goals. A midterm goal when you do your financial planning with us is 3 to 7 years. A midterm goal may be a midterm goal is still supposed to consist of that one thing I talked about in short term, which is building that alternate account in case of a death or disability. You're supposed to always forever live your life with that one account that you're consistently building into in case something happens. That's not nothing that's going to never stop. Maybe a midterm goal also included with short term, it should be building wealth. That should be a goal, and that's a thing that's consistent. So a midterm goal that'll be faster to reach would be the example of the food truck we talked about. 2 to 3 year thing, it don't take that long, but everybody's different. Everybody's income and financial situation is different. It may take a person that long to get licensing, to get all your legal things good on front end, right? It takes time, but you have to set the bar and figure out the necessary to do in what proper order you should be getting it done. Um, Another midterm goal. So everybody that's online, drop a comment and let me know what a midterm goal would be for you. Midterm being 3 to 7 years. I'm gonna give another example. The last one I'm gonna do a midterm goal. So if you have a business and you want to add additional income to that business, you may say, hey, we're just getting up and running. I'm just to the point where I'm getting clients or customers to come through. So now that I have this one thing rocking and rolling, maybe 2, 3 years in the line before you could actually get this thing rolling to see profit, right? Some people would take 5 years to really see profit. It takes a longer time. So if you have this one thing that you're working on, and 2 to 3 years, you might start to see a good profit from it. And then your midterm goal for this business maybe now I want to add other products and services around this one thing. Now that I know I can actually profit from this business, or from this company, I know I see profit. Now let's add some other streams on along to it. So you may be, let's say you make wigs, you make lace fronts, right? You make custom wigs, custom styles. Okay, you make wigs. Now 2 years down the line, you figured out, you like, look, this wig, my wig business is profitable. I'm making $1,500 a week. I have two good vendors I'm using, so I'm not putting more out on the front end. I can really see money now. So your midterm goal for your wig company, you see profit. So now is mid range 3 years, right? You might say, okay, now I might want to add. I need to do an ebook on, you know, teaching people the game, how I found my vendors, how I was able to leverage my vendors inexpensively with good quality hair to make these wigs. Now I'm actually seeing a profit. You may want to add an ebook. You may want to write an ebook and share your story. You may have an amazing final story that people just want to hear about, and that may be that one thing that connect people to you personally, because you making a person feel good, you're doing their hair, y'all conversing, having conversation, you already build a rapport with this person. They're comfortable with you, they're enough to spend your money with them, right? So now you might say, I want to get connect with my customers and clients on a more deeper level. Let me put an ebook out and tell a little bit of my story. You might want to start a hair care line. You might have came up with a way to start making natural hair care products, right? That's an extension of a business you already have. You're staying in the hair care industry, but you're adding products and services onto it to generate more income, and you're staying in that lane. So that may be something that you want to consider to be midterm. Once I get this one thing down pat, now I can add other streams on around that same industry. Long term goals. I've always talked about long term goals being investments. And again, it has to start from the beginning. You have to be consistently. So she says that she is a licensed esthetician and she would like to start a cosmetic line in 3 to 5 years. So the advice that I would give her, I would say first and foremost, congratulations for being a licensed esthetician. You want to start cosmetic line in 3 to 5 years. And I know that she personally has the mindset and money game planner. So what I would my advice to you would be use the mindset and money game planner, write out your dreams and goals accordingly. Now you know you have your license. Now you start doing your research and find out what it takes to bring this cosmetic line to life, because that is something that may take a little longer. You have to find people to create the product, what you're putting in the product, your pricing, packaging, your cost of it, and all of that. So, what's going to fund this cosmetic line should be really the priority of your concern, even though you see a minimum 3 years. It takes a while for cosmetic lines. So what you should be doing right now is figuring out what you're going to do to fund that cosmetic line and get it popping, because everything else is easy. The LLC, the legal aspect of it, the back end is pretty inexpensive, paperwork, whatever the case may be. But your priority right now should be focusing on what's going to fund it, what's going to fuel it. So again, we leverage OPM. You're a licensed esthetician. You leverage other people's money. So what your license and esthetician, what services are you doing right now for people? You should be saving every dime from what you're doing right now, but and have a certain account for your business. Drive all of that income to your business account, and that's what you're going to use to start your cosmetic line. Because you don't want to come out your pocket or use your work money to fuel what it is you want to do. You can. That's not, you know, that's the way that I only used to know how to do it. But now we have business credit, and you just got your license. So you step it into the game of different things. So all the money that you're making from your license now, I say start you a business account and put all that money in a business account, fuel it up, do your resources, and start on a cosmetic line accordingly, and let all of the people that's paying you for services now, you let all of their money pay for the cosmetic line. That's how you multiply it without using your personal money. Another long-term goal, some people have long-term goals of taking care of their parents. We all know our parents are going to get to a certain age. Like, do we even think like this anymore? Do we even Is this even a concern for us right now? And I talk about this one a lot because it's a huge deal for me. I want to be able to take care of my father. I don't want, I've had enough family members and really close to me that died in hospice, or, died in the hospital, or that kind of stuff. Everybody ain't work. Family might can't play the part that they need to play, or the job. You got to put it time in so much ahead of time. So is it really a concern of you with being able to take care of your parents? Is that a longevity goal for you? Everybody's long term goals is different. So long term is being considered 7 plus years. You may have parents that don't need you financially. They may have a good pension, or they might be living really well, which is fine, but they're going to need us eventually because they get older, and that's just how life goes. But the number one question is, are you going to be in position to be by their side mentally and physically and financially. Because in order to be by your parents' side and they're sickly and fighting cancer and diabetes, heart disease, all of this crazy stuff, right? You got to be mentally prepared for that to show up. Secondly, you need to be physically prepared for it because you need to have your own health in order. Thirdly, you need to be financially fit for it because if you're secluded to a job that you need to have 2 weeks to put in, and your mom is sick and you got surgery appointments and you ain't got no vacation days, what you gonna do? Do you say I can't take off because I don't have no money? I have to work. I need my money. Then you can't do your due diligence. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing because it has happened and it does happen. But the thing that we want to do is stop this from happening. And in order to stop this from happening, we have to take more control of our lives. Most importantly, have a game plan. You might not say, oh, this is the account in case my father transition, I'll have XYZ. No, but build you up a nice retirement. Build you up some things that's paying you every month so that you're not playing chase and being a slave to the money and having to be physically doing the job in order for you to make money. Because if you don't have to actually physically do all of the work for every income that you have, then you're in position to be able to get to these places and have control of your time and money. I need to go get a flight. My dad is not feeling well. Are you physically, mentally, and financially able to go catch a flight if your parents call you and say, we need you to be here, he's sick? Are you in position to do that? And if you're not, then I'm telling you right now, you need to create a financial plan. And it does include your parents, it includes you, and it includes your children as well, because they need us. And that's just the bottom line. A long-term goal should always be building wealth. I don't know if you guys are educated or familiar with investing in life insurance. It is a thing. Life insurance is not just for death benefit. Life insurance is for building cash flow. It has a third piece to it. The IUL product has a third piece to it it is an investment piece to it where your money is growing every month, every time you build premium. And I tell you guys this, and you say, why do our counterparts or the Jewish people, their children, grow into money or they're millionaires when they're born, right? Because our counterparts get life insurance policies on everybody once they're 15 days old. If your baby is 15 days old, you're supposed to open up a life insurance policy for them and you hold it for the rest of their life. Why is it easy to do? Premiums are inexpensive the younger you are and healthy you are. It costs you nothing. You spend, you guys spend $100 in a hair store or hair care products, so a life insurance premium, for a baby is not that expensive. You can't make it as like, oh, this is another bill. You have to make it mentally like this is priority. And then you can start to once you create that mindset, you'll start to experience and know what it is our counterparts are doing and how and model what they're doing because we could do it too. We just don't prioritize it like them. Life insurance is an investment piece. Another thing you can do with the IUL product as well. Um, for me, I pay myself $200 a month. The reason I pay myself $200 a month, and I've started it a couple of years ago, is because when I moved to Charlotte in 2013, I swiped out my 401k. I had a game plan for a year and I saved until my lease was up in my prior house. So I didn't have a retirement account coming to Charlotte at 30 years old, right? I didn't have nothing else to fall back on. So when I got into the finances and I learned that that was a thing, I started paying myself $200 a month into this account where it's growing and I can do various different things. So one thing on my goal list too is to open me up another one that's probably my second one. I want to open a half a mil because I started out with 150,000 death benefit. But I want to open my second one. I said I want to do that before I'm 40, before premium will skip to another level because then it'll be in the guidelines of me leveraging and paying it with my business income, paying myself with it. So I can balance one of these accounts and say, okay, so for instance, one of my very, very good clients in Charlotte, she called me up a couple months ago. Hey, I'm at XYZ, very, six-figure job, doing very well. And she's like, I want this account to hit $1 million by a certain age. Okay, boom. So we figured out and do the numbers, how much she had to invest in it every month in order for her to hit that $1 million rank by, I think she had about like 62 or 63 years old. She wanted to hit $1 million just with this one product, right? So we set and figured out the numbers of how that would work. And then once she hit her goal for this account is to, once she's 62, that was her goal. She wanted to hit $1 million, and she's willing to sacrifice now so that she can get that payout, right? Because she's a business owner. She don't have a 401k or nothing to leverage paying her for retirement or when she's ready to fall back. So, besides what the government is giving, what other income or what other account do you have built in that's going to pay you out when you want to fall back? And then you guys could do the math on it yourself. So, if you 62 years old, you pulling out, you don't necessarily pull it out, but what's going to happen is the way we set the account up, it'll start paying her out at the age of, so she wanted to stop it at 62, so then she turns 63, it'll start paying her, I don't know if she wants $700-800 a month, whatever she wanted to pay her back is going to start to pay her back her money. So with $1 million, how long can you get 700 a month off $1 million? You got to do the math on it, but it's a really, really dope product, and it's been a really good thing. Realtors love it too because they use it to invest in properties. They build it up to get properties, then they may pull out, 10, 20,000 to do a rehab, and then they may make 100,000 off the 20,000 rehab they put in, then they put the 100,000 back in, and it's leveraging other people's money. It's learning how to leverage investments that you have versus the mindset of go get another job and hustle and bustle and don't have enough time or freedom. So that's a long term product as well. I wanted you guys to start thinking about, because age doesn't matter, where you currently are doesn't matter. The bottom line is we need to start thinking about the now and later. So today is the first day of the 12 days of financial planning.